Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Well, I'm out here today with the Eachine Wizard. This is the X220 version 3, brand new on the market. At one time, the Eachine Wizard was one of the best FPV drones money could buy because it didn't cost very much. But time has moved on and they keep making versions because they keep selling these to many people. So now they're up to version 3. It's all analog, so it's not very expensive. I'm out here to test it to see if it actually flies as well as they say it flies. It has some interesting things. For one thing is that the power distribution board and the flight controller, the F4 flight controller, are all in one. But normally on most drones nowadays you get a 4-in-1 ESC. In other words, these ESCs here on the arms, they're all stuck in the flight controller. But this one, they're separate. So in the old days when we used to fly drones or build our own, we liked them on the arms because then if you just blow an ESC, you pull this off and you replace it and put another one on. Nowadays, if you blow an ESC in a modern day FPV drone, you got to replace the whole flight controller. So this is the inexpensive way, so that's why they've gone with this method here. There's really no difference, it's all just as good. So on the forward section, they did put a RunCam Phoenix camera, so that's upgraded, so you get a much better sensor inside. For the pilot, you know, when you're looking through your goggles, I have to look down here. I'm using Fat Shark goggles to fly this today because it's analog. And if you're wondering what the milliwatts are for this tiny little antenna to send out the video transmission, I can't remember, so I'm putting it up here. That's how many milliwatts this rear little antenna sends out your video signal. You do have an XT60 battery connector, and it does take a 4-cell battery, and you can fly it on a 3-cell battery if you want. So you got a 3S or a 4S. I would say newbies would probably go on 3S, whereas people who know what they're doing would go on 4S. One thing they added that a lot of people like is LED lights in the rear, so when you're flying and you're cruising around at night, you have like a red glow happening in the back, so you've got some TIE fighter, I don't know, something going on. They also put lights underneath all the arms. I couldn't see them because there's like a 3D printed material over top, so I flew this in my basement, put a camera on the ground, flew it up, and guess what? When I reviewed the footage, there's lights. So I tried it outdoors as well, and guess what? There's still lights there. They do say that the lights are supposed to glow brighter by the more throttle you give the drone. So the faster you fly, the brighter the lights are. And finally, the motors on here are 2550 kV. The props are 5-inch. Final thing to tell you is the version that was sent to me is plug and play, PNP. That means I have to provide my own receiver. So one has been placed in. I've just taped it to the bottom. It's nothing gorgeous. I just have a little receiver taped here. So before I go, the radio I'm going to use is a TX16S, and I have my Fat Sharks, and the receiver I stuck in here is an XM Plus, FR Sky XM Plus receiver I stuck in there, which talks nicely with my radio. All right, let's go fly. Just in case you want to see the battery I'm using today, it doesn't specify in the instructions what the recommended battery is, so I'm going to use a 4-cell 1300 milliamp hour LiPo battery. I use this on all 5-inch quads, so it should be perfect. Now, you probably noticed up front there's this little mount for a GoPro or an action camera. Since I think they're using parts from the past, this here mount is for a GoPro Hero 7. So I have a GoPro Hero 7 and I'll stick it in the mount later on. But what I'm going to do now is I want to see how well it hovers in the air. I have tried it in my house and in the backyard, and it hovers excellently. It's really good. Okay, I have the DJI Mini 3 Pro over there. Down here we have our drone, so let's go on up in the air. Let's try it in hover mode. So I've armed it, and let's take it up. So I can see right now it's very powerful. Woohoo! I don't know if you can see the red lights on the back, but I certainly can. This is something you want to keep the spinning props of death away from your face. It could be scary. There's no prop guards on that. So my whole goal of doing this is just to see how it hovers here, and it seems to hover really well. Like I can keep it in place nicely. If you give it a little bit of throttle to go up, it'll go probably to the moon. It's got a lot of power, ridiculous amount of power. That's without the GoPro. There's no GoPro in it right now, but I'm going to put one in. It's going to add a bit more weight, and we'll see if it has the same amount of power to pop it up and everything else. So I'll just bring it on down nicely over here, and let's go prop it down here. There we go. All right, let's take it for a flight. All right, let's attach the power on here, and there we go. She's going to start up. All right, here we go. First flight. I'm recording some of the video in the Fat Shark goggles, which is low resolution. So if I show you the video from in here and it looks terrible, that's because it's analog and it always looks terrible when you record it. But in my goggles, it looks clear as day. Looks really nice. So let me put this in acro mode and start the motors. Here we go. Got a GoPro in the front. Let's see about the extra weight. There we go. I see the guys out there flying their planes. So I'm gonna go around this way, stay away from them for a second, because I don't know how this drone is gonna react. So first off, I'm gonna go pretty fast and come along the ground. So far, it's doing really well. Signal is strong. Video reception is good. Let's try a few more things. Let's try some simple rolls, not over the guys. Let's just go this way. I'll come up here and then do a simple roll. Barrel roll. Oh my God, it stays right in the air. Oh, I'm so used to 5-inch drones. Sometimes these FPV drones, they just fall out of the air when you do a roll. But this works out well. That's good. Let's try a forward flip really quick. There we are. And let's try a reverse flip. There we are. My God, this thing is so exact. It's so stable. They have tuned this really well. Whoever makes this for Eachine has done an excellent job. It's really, really good. Like, I thought for this low-cost budget drone it would be crappy tuning, but no, everything's really good. This is such a busy day today. I've got to be very careful staying away. Look at all the cars. Everybody's at school. There's people all over the place. There's city workers mowing the lawn over here. So it's like, my God. It's gonna be scary because I can barely see the top and the bottom, but there we go. We got it. Oh, now we got kids coming out of the school, I'm being told, so let's go this way. Where's my Jeep over there? I'm just gonna slide into my Jeep if no cars are coming. Slide right down here. There we go. All right, there's so much activity out here. I thought the second flight would be best if Steve flies it because we're running out of time to fly. So Steve's gonna give it a try. He's just put it in arm mode and take it away. See what you think. See if he thinks it's as good as I thought it was. Now, Steve, I just want to tell you something.
Yes.
This is an Eachine product. It's the Wizard, which
Yes.
is more for beginners.
Yep.
And it's usually rated, you know, it's an average type quad. Now, I
Yep.
just took this for a flight in my short flight.
Yep.
I thought it performed quite well. Even it's got a GoPro on it for weight.
So far, so good. No, flight's good so far.
You can come and buzz us. Just don't go too far behind us because it is analog.
Yeah,
and we'll
and that's what I keep reminding myself here. I don't want to go too far.
Yeah.
Plus, there's the kids there, so I don't want to fly in front of them.
All right, what I'm going to do, Steve, is I'm going to go stand out in the parking lot, and if you can buzz me.
Oh, you want to get buzzed, eh?
Yeah,
Okay.
buzz away. The red lights are pretty bright. I can see them nicely. There's Steve going around. Nice flying, Steve. Woohoo! Steve, you can bring her back for a landing without whacking me in the head. There we go. Good job, Steve. All right, you can see us over here. All right, Steve, let me just tell you what I thought. When I took this out, I was not expecting much because I've used the previous Wizards.
Yep.
And they're all entry-level type FPV quads. So this one I was expecting, 50% or less in, performance. But I was happily surprised that it was better than I thought. So what about yourself?
Pretty decent. The maneuverability was very good. Not bad for, I think the price is pretty good. So yeah, probably a good.
What do you think the price is?
Probably $250 maybe. I'm Canadian. I'm talking about $250, $300 maybe.
No, it's $4,000. Actually,
Not such a good deal.
I'll put the price up here. Anyways, all right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. The unboxing is coming next, so check this out. This is the box your wizard comes in, and inside the box you'll find your wizard, which is almost fully assembled. You'll notice that the wizard has thick carbon fiber replaceable arms, and it is an X-frame, which is good for freestyle. Other items included in the box include 2 sets of props, a GoPro Hero 5, 6, or 7 mount, an extra battery strap, screws, and zip ties. Please note that when you place the props on the drone, it is a props in configuration. If you don't know what that is, just look at the way my props are. Total weight of the drone without a GoPro or a battery is 361 grams. All right, Steve, he's such a camera hog. So thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions on this new Eachine product, then put your little questions and comments below, and I will get back to you. And if I don't know the answer, then I won't answer you. Just kidding. I'll come up with the answer. Don't worry. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in future reviews with many more drone reviews. Until then, I say bye.